Okay, hi all, this is the video to go through all the questions for quiz 1. Okay, so just look at the question. If you have any question, you can just scroll over to the particular questions to take a look. Okay, so I'm going to start with question 1. Okay, question 1, we are finding the product of prime numbers. So this one should, okay, by now you should be able to do it. So basically we are doing the division method. Okay, so we just divide by 2, that will be 60, divide by 2 will give you 30, divide by 2 again 15. So then we move on to the next prime number, divide by 3, divide by 5. Okay, so therefore the answer that you should be giving should be just 2 to the power of 3 times 3 times 5. Okay, so that's question 1A. Okay, question 1B. Okay, 1B, we are looking at the perfect square. So we want to convert the 120 to multiply by n such that it becomes a perfect square. Okay, so how do we do that? So the condition for a perfect square, of course, it would be all the powers, or the value of the power must be a multiple of 2. Okay, so it's a multiple of 2. So how do you do that? So let's go through that again. I went through this, okay, during the question I went through for the mid-year paper. The mid-year paper is perfect cube, but this is perfect square. So the same thing. So I'm going to write in this manner. So 120 is 2 to the power of 3, 3 and a 5. I need to multiply by n so that my 120n is a perfect square. So now I'm going to write down the perfect square condition. Okay, so perfect square condition, it should be, the power should be an even power, so it should be 2 to the power of 4. So likewise, this must be a 3 to the power of 2. This must be a 5 to the power of 2. So therefore, okay, so therefore the answer that I should be getting will be this. I need to from 3 to 2 to the power of 4, I need to multiply by 2. 3 to the 3 square, I need to multiply by 3. 5 to 5 square, I need to multiply by 5. So this would be my answer. Okay, so in this case, you have to give a value, find the smallest possible integer. So it's 2 times 3 times 5, that will give us 30. So that will be the answer. Okay, so this is for question B. Okay, so now we're going to go 1C. Okay, so 1C is a fractional algebra. Okay, so fractional, let me just write down the question first. Over 9x squared minus 1 plus 5 over 1 minus 3x. Okay, and so how do we do this kind of fractional algebra? Okay, this, it will be, first thing, of course, we try to factorize whenever possible, which is mentioned, okay, when I go through this paper. After you factorize, make into single fraction. May make the same denominator. Okay, denominator, and after that combine the two fractions, combine into just one single fraction. Okay, so let's try it out for this question. So anything that we can factorize, okay, the first term 2x minus 1 we cannot factorize. Okay, 9x squared minus 1. So how do we know how to factorize? So factorize method, there are 3. Just a quick recap. The first one will be using taking out common factor. Always try this method first, taking out common factor. The second one will be the cross method, and of course third method will be a squared minus b squared. A plus b, a minus b. So if you have this information in mind, you know that there are these 3 methods. So how do we factorize this 9x squared minus 1? So very clearly that we're going to factorize using the a squared minus b squared. Okay, so our a will be 3x plus 1, 3x minus 1. We need to square root the 9x squared. Okay, so once we got that, okay, we write down, okay, the original fraction, and now we compare whatever denominator we have and the denominator over here, and see, okay, what are the difference or anything similar. So usually we need to make them the same denominator. So in this case, they are quite similar. They are not exactly the same, but they are quite similar. So therefore, how we do it is we convert them. So the second fraction, we can see that is 1 minus 3x. But we have over here on the left side, this term is 3x minus 1. So what we need to do is we need to flip. So how do we flip? So this one I flip to 3x minus 1. And the sign, since I flip over here, I need to flip the sign. Okay, so from positive to negative, and after that I can flip this over here. So once I flip, okay, then I need, next step will be making them the same base, same denominator. Okay, then after that I minus, so I need to multiply by 3x plus 1 here. So there I have a 3x plus 1 bracket 3x minus 1. Okay, so this is where I combine already. So the next step is just to multiply them, combine and multiply and expand it. So it'll be minus 15x minus 5. 3x plus 1 and 3x minus 1. Okay, so how do I get the minus 15x and minus 5? Basically, it's this minus 5 you have to multiply in. Okay. And of course, next, do we need to expand the bottom, the denominator? Okay, of course, the answer is don't need. We just combine the top part. So minus 2x minus 13 will give us minus 13x. And minus 6 over here. So looking at this, let me just check. Okay, so then over 3x plus 1 and 3x minus 1. So last step, of course, you have to check, can we factorize this? If we can factorize, we have to factorize and try to reduce to the lowest term if possible. But in this case, this cannot be factorized, so therefore answer. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, so this is what we have. Let me just, for question 1. I will continue for some other topics, some other questions, if let's say I find that there's many people got it wrong. Right?